Hello, this is Module 5, Lesson 1. We are talking about chance experiments. So your essential question is, what is probability? What does it mean for an event's likeliness to be between 0 and 1? So whatever numbers we're dealing with, whether it's a decimal, a percent, or a fraction, probabilities are between 0 and 1, and we're going to talk about what that means. Okay, first we're going to play a game. Suppose you and your friend, that's us right now, are about to play a game using the spinners shown here. 1, decide who will go first. Okay, I'm going to go first, and then each person pick a color. Both players cannot pick the same color. Well, since I'm talking and you're listening, I'm going to pick first. So I'm going to pick, I'm going to go with green. Okay, and then since you cannot tell me what color you want to be, I'm going to go with blue. Okay, each person takes a turn spinning the spinner and recording what color the spinner stops on. The winner is the person whose color is the first to happen 10 times. So we're not really going to be dealing with any of the red, but we are going to be dealing with green and blue. So I'll keep a tally beneath these on how many times that we land on them. So to spin the spinner, I just go like this. Green. Red, so that's nobody. Red again, nobody. Blue, that's you. Green, that's me. Green, that's me again. Green, that's me again. Boy, I'm pretty good at this. Red, that's neither one of us. Green, that's me again. Oh, blue, that's you. Okay, you got 2 now. I've got 5. Red, that's nobody. Green, that's me. Green, that's me again. Oh, yay, a blue for you. Green. Red, no one. Oh, well, that looks like that's perfectly on the line. Green. You know what? I'll give you that last one. How's that sound? I'll give you that last one. Okay, and what happens next? Oh, another blue for you. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have given that one to you. Oh no, another blue. And green. Okay, so I'm the first one who hit 10. How did you feel? Was that fair? Did you think that was fair? Hopefully, as you were watching and listening, you were thinking that that wasn't quite fair. So, which color was the first to appear 10 times? Well, we know that that was green. Do you think it made a difference who goes first to pick the color? You better say yes. For sure it mattered. Well, of course I picked green. Why wouldn't I have picked green? Which color would give you the best chance of winning the game? Green. Okay, and why? Because, why do you think that is? It's twice as likely to occur, that means to land on it, than blue or red. Okay, here are 3 different spinners. On which spinner is the green likely to win, unlikely to win, and equally likely to win? Okay, so what about the first one? Is green more likely, less likely, or equally likely? Equally likely. Let's go ahead and write that. Okay, how about spinner B? That one is likely to win because the green is much bigger than the red there. And the last one you can kind of predict, it is unlikely to win. Okay, hopefully that makes sense on those exercises. And now we're going to talk a little bit about what is probability and what do these events mean. So probability is a measure of how likely it is that an event will happen. How likely it is that an event will happen. A probability is indicated by a number between 0 and 1. Some events are certain to happen while others are impossible. So certain is 1. And you know that 1 means 100%. And that impossible means 0, which is 0%. Okay, in most cases, the probability of an event happening is somewhere between certain and impossible. For example, consider a box that contains only red cubes. If you were to select one cube from the bag, you are certain to pick a red one. Okay, it's only red cubes, so you are certain to pick a red one. We say that an event that is certain to happen has a probability of 1. If we were to reach in that same bag of cubes, it would be impossible to select a yellow cube. Okay, so 1 and 0. 1 is certain, 0 is impossible. So go ahead and read these and underline the important things that you've read. Okay, pause this and go ahead and mark the text here, what it means to be 0, certain, equally likely, likely, and unlikely. Go ahead and read them so that you understand what it means. Okay, hopefully you underline things like it's impossible to select a blue cube. There is no way to select a blue cube if there are 2 green cubes and no blue cubes. Okay, it's certain that if there are 2 green cubes, then selecting a green cube is certain. You will always get a green cube when you are selecting. Okay, what if you have 1 blue and 1 red? Selecting a blue cube is equally likely. So it's like a 50-50 chance. A lot of you have heard that before. Okay, you have a 50-50 chance of getting red and a 50-50 chance of getting blue. Kind of like flipping a coin, heads or tails. Okay, what if you have 8 cubes, 8 blue cubes and 2 red cubes? Okay, so to get a blue cube, it is likely. Not certain, but likely. And then on the flip side of that, if you have 8 blue cubes and 2 red cubes, it is unlikely that you will get a red cube, but it's still possible. Okay, it's not impossible. You could still get that. Okay, so let's move on to one of the exercises. Decide where each event would be located on the scale below. Place the letter for the event on the appropriate place on the probability scale. Okay, so what I want you to do is pause it and read this first one. You will see a live dinosaur on the way home from school today. I know that a lot of you are going to want to come up with your silly scenarios as to how that would be possible, but you know that seeing a live dinosaur on the way home from school today is impossible. Did you put it over here by 0? Hopefully you did. Okay, read B and put B where you think it will go. Okay, if you put a solid rock in the water, it will certainly sink. It will sink. Okay, how about a round disc with one side red and the other side yellow? It will land on yellow when flipped. So what is that? Is that certain? Is it impossible? Is it likely, unlikely? It is equally likely. It's a 50-50 chance. Okay, why don't you try D, E, and F, and D, E, F, and G. Now they don't all, it's not like there's one in each spot. So read it carefully and decide whether it is likely or not. Is it likely, unlikely, impossible, certain, or is there a 50-50 chance? And some of them could be closer to one than another. Okay, so real quick, if we're going to put the letter D on here, it's got a spinner with 4 equal parts, and what is the probability that it will land on a 4? It's going to be a 1 in 4 chance. It's not likely, it's unlikely, but it's also not impossible. So it could happen. There's a 1 in 4 chance, so it's in between impossible and equally likely. Okay, how about this? Your full name will be drawn when a full name is selected randomly from a bag containing all the full names of the students in your class. If this one was tricky to you, think of the popsicle stick. So like basically, what is the chance that your name will be called from the popsicle sticks? Okay, did you put that at unlikely? In fact, it's going to be even less of a chance than D. It's close over here. It's not definitely not impossible because your name is on there. Okay, but it's going to be much further closer to 0 than to 50% because it's not like half of the popsicle sticks have your name. Okay, how about a red cube will be drawn when a cube is selected from a bag that has 5 blue and 5 red. Okay, that means that half of them are. So did you put that one at equally likely, equally likely? Okay, we've got 2 right there. Those are both 50% chance. Okay, and the last one says that tomorrow the temperature outside will be negative 250 degrees. Again, let's be realistic here. That is not going to happen. That will not be the temperature tomorrow. Okay, so how did you do? Hopefully you did okay on those. And now you're going to continue on with part 2, 3, and 4, where you're going to make a spinner that would give you a probability of green being 1, a probability of spinning green, or the probability of spinning green is 0, and then a last spinner where there's 2 outcomes in which it is equally likely to land on the red and green parts. So to make the spinner, you just draw a circle like this and put the dot in the middle. Now show me a spinner that would be 100% chance. This means 100% or certain. Okay, and this one means 0% or impossible. And this one here means 50% or half, which you know. Okay, go ahead and make some spinners. And there's not just one right answer. I'm just going to show you the ones that I came up with. Okay, I did, you can write the word green, you can put G, you can write green. Like I said, you can color it, whatever it is. So it looks like you're going to get green no matter what. Okay, now on this one, you can do a bunch of different colors. You can do all the same that's not green. I'm going to call this blue, yellow, orange, and red. No greens here. You are not going to land on a green. Here we can draw even like the little spinner thing. Okay, and then the last one is very specific, equally likely to land on red or green. So we're going to call this one over here red, and this one here green, and it's about 50%, half and half. Okay, an event that is impossible has a probability of 0 and will never occur, no matter how many observations you make. That means that in a long sequence of observations, it will occur 0% of the time. An event that is certain has a probability of 1. So we've already read all this. It's just talking about how a probability of 1 is certain, and that a probability of 0 will never occur, which is 0%. Okay, or impossible. So keep an ear out for those key words. So what do you think it means for an event to have a probability of 1/2? It is expected to happen 50% or half the time. Okay, what do you think it means for an event to have a probability of 1/4? Go ahead and answer that one, and it's almost the same except a different percentage. It is expected to happen 25% of the time. Okay, and then you can go ahead and finish the summary, and that is a wrap on lesson number 1.